Good morning, Earthlings. I'll try and keep it brief and to say we're all a part of this earth, and when our bodies breathe their last, we will become a part of this earth, because our earth is always evolving from death and decay, and poop is nourishment as well. But anyway, so I want to tell a quick story, and this one's going to be about my resurrection. So I'll tell you the story. I went to the Z, I grabbed a snack, I came back home, I was chewing on some chips, and then I went to sleep. At some point, it was the year 2020, and when the COVID was doing all these lockdowns and stuff. So what happened was I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't breathe, and I went out to the kitchen to get some cold water, and I noticed that I was really drawn and sort of like hunched forward, and I was like, oh, it's looking really bad. So I remembered this time to call 111, and I walked out and I was on the grass, and I was out by the driveway, and I called 111. The operator answered, and she said, what service would I like? And I said, ambulance, like that. And so anyway, she was dramatically trying to get through to the ambulance, and it came to a voice message, and the voice message was, I'm sorry, your call cannot be connected. And she was like, I'm going to try again, and you're going to be okay, and all this sort of stuff. And at that time, a police car drove down the road, and I sort of put my hand out, but I was, oh my gosh, towards, and he didn't see me, and he drove to the end and then turned and then drove away. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to die here. And the call was still going, I'm sorry, your call cannot be connected. And the lady was still talking and like, it's going to be all right. And, I'm doing the best I can and all this stuff like that. And anyway, I got down onto my knees. I still had the phone in my hand, and I leaned forward like what you do in that, how the Muslims pray. And my head went down to the ground, and my hearing just expanded so far. I could hear things literally miles and miles away. And then everything just was quiet. And then I took a breath. So my first breath was of the grass, and when I breathed in, it was just the sweetest smell. And I breathed in again, and I took a few breaths, and by this time the lady on the phone, she was sort of quite panicking, and then I was like, I can breathe. I think I'm going to be okay. She was like, are you sure? I can get another service to come for you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Anyway, my body had gone through such a trauma that I ended up with diarrhea for literally hours. And I was going to the toilet, and just everything was just coming out of me. And after that, for maybe like about 3 months or something, every time I ate something or drank something, I was like, yum, this is so nice. This is so delicious. This is so tasty. And yeah, I really enjoyed food and smells after that experience. So yeah, just a little story about how I was resurrected, and true story. I might just cut it there, and we'll just make that this one about that. And then my next update is going to be, well, it's a very, very interesting time right now. It's a Gemini cycle. It's just a normal month, but except it isn't. And we're coming up to a full moon in Sagittarius, and that's a mutable fire. So beliefs will be changing, which is going to be, it should be, quite a good thing, I think. And that's what I'm expecting, because the revelations that have come through from the information through these, it's only been the first week of the Gemini cycle, and it's just been whoosh for me. So hopefully for a lot of you, there's been a lot of information. And yes, and I'll bring it all up in my next video, because I've got to keep these babies short. So I love you all, and I want you to stay strong. There's great things that are happening. There's sad things that are going on, and great things that are happening at the same time. So as the Lord taught me, my Lord Shiva, when the chaos, the darkness, and the dark agents and everything, when all the destroyers are like coming full force, that is when He has got you, and He is taking you deeper. We're going deeper down in, because we are going through the situation. You understand? So instead of everything being on the surface, we are taken in. I hope you understand that. For those who are highly sensitives or became a super empath, earth angels, you will understand. And that is who I'm speaking to. Okay, now ka kite, stay strong, and I'll be back soon with a proper whatever I was going to talk about before. Okay, bye.